Yeah. Look at that right there. Check out that fatty. Welcome back, fishing friends, to another adventure. All right, guys, this is the spot we're going to be fishing today. Hey, if you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by and supporting me. My name's Alan. I like to get out and do some fishing and some other types of videos too. But today we're going to be throwing in here. I have been around this place my whole life. Our family cabin is just above the spillway here, the dam, back about a half a mile. And I've never had much luck fishing here because of all the snags that are down in and below the dam there. I mean, they pulled a jet ski out of there, a couple bicycles, so all kinds of stuff. But I'm gonna try to do some fishing today. I mean, I guess we've caught some things over the years. We fished down over here, got some catfish, and then down in here some northern, but we'll see. So I'm gonna be throwing a swim bait, one of these 360 search baits, and I've got some other stuff just on my typical setups, and hopefully we'll get something. My typical setups are my 20-pound braid, 20-pound fluorocarbon leader on a 6-foot ugly stick, and my other setup is I've got a Mepps on there, and then I also have my little ultralight in case you want to see if we can get some crappie. Oh, that looks good. That looks like a chub swimming in there. Thing is, once a year people pull walleye out of here, and typically walleye aren't in this stretch, so maybe we'll be lucky and get one of those. Oh yeah, that looks good in the water. The size of this, I can't even remember, guys, honestly. Usually when I fish this, slow cranks. Then I give it a pause, little jerk, slow cranks. Well, there's decent current in here. Oh yeah. But with the water stain, this looks just like a chub. Couple bucktail jigs I want to try to use today too. Some marabou. Boy, I tell you what, yesterday was a bass blitz, a bass bonanza. Ooh, what was that? I felt a little thump there. Yesterday was a bass bonanza, one right after another. That video will be posted tomorrow night. Well, I guess maybe when you see this, it would have already been posted, but go check out that video. I went to go fish our local marsh, and I mean, it was a lot of fun catching those bass. All right, guys, we're hooked up. Just kind of let it go easy here. One thing I forgot is I don't have a net with me. Check it out, it's a nice little pike. Let's go, fatty. It's a decent pike. Ooh, he unhooked himself. so slimy. Let me get this glove. I don't even have my gimpy net with me. All right, guys, there he is. Pretty good size. Let me try to clean him up. About a 24 incher. Let's get him in there. There he goes. Whew, the sand. You can see how far it's sunk in there. Good thing I got my fishing boots. Oh. Oh, that's one thing that stinks, is getting sand all over the rod. All right, guys, we got one. He's just right out there in the middle. The sand. Boy, it gets all over your stuff. And there we have a good quality pike in a place I hadn't fished in a long time. That was mid-20s. Let me check out the weed guard on this. Oh yeah. Boy, he bent the crap out of that. But it's a good color. It looks like a chub in the water. Black sucker, and that's her natural forage. Man, I'm happy I caught one here. Last time I think I caught one here was when I was fishing with my buddy Ivan. Early 2000s, maybe even late 90s. The thing is, my gimpy trout net is in the back of the truck, and I don't want to walk all the way up there to get it, or the sunscreen. It's amazing. You want to get out and do some fishing, you want to just take minimal stuff, and there's always stuff that you forget. But actually, even with this sand, it's nice to be able to bank flip, you know, to pull one up in here. So I can't complain too much. All right, let's keep it going. Just slow cranks. And then I let it dive. Slow cranks, let it dive. Honestly, I thought it was either going to be a bass or a pike, and to add to that, a slim chance of a walleye. I felt him hit, like there, it felt like a hit. You know what I was thinking, guys, and my bushcraft buddies will know this for sure. I should have brought a canvas mat to lay down there by the cryptek, by all the stuff, so the sand stuff wouldn't be sitting in the sand. Now, granted, you're gonna get some sand on the mat, but gives you a nice little landing place. One of those little sitting mats. Now, when I'm fishing, I'm about 98% of the time always standing. I just don't like sitting down to fish. For me, it's not about human comfort. It's about doing what's required to be able to get the fish. I've got so many friends and seen so many people that are so lazy when they fish. They're killing their chances of fish. You know, you got to maximize all your exposure out there. Now I know there's passive fishing, which a lot of people do, and I've done that, where you just set up a rig and, like for catfish, you let it do its thing. Ooh, there's a big rock down there. You let it do its thing, and you know, I get all that, but a nice mat would come in handy here. Well, this thing is cast a country mile. I love the look of this. It's that bluish color, and I can't ever remember what it's called, but it looks like a black sucker or a chub, even a shiner to some extent. Just slow cranks. Let's see what we got. Coming if we can get another bite. I've been fishing the rapids up there pretty heavily too, and I just hadn't had anything. You know, smallmouth love hanging out under that, and walleye do too to some extent. Oh, dang it, was that a bite? Was that just banging against the rocks? Alright guys, a couple more casts with this and I may switch to a bigger size, or to maybe like a marabou jig, kind of a small size. Something chase some fish right up into the shallows here. They all came shooting up into the sandy area here. Oh, is that what I think it is? It's a bullhead. Those are around now. They usually, the bite on them starts to pick up in July. I guess we're just about there. They're fun to catch, you know, if you're just looking for something to catch. But man, I'll tell you what, using live bait, I've had them just chew the belly out of chubs, shiners, and suckers when we were using those for to fish for pike. The other thing I may throw is just an old school spoon. Haven't thrown one of those in ages. Maybe I did the other day. I threw one. Oh yeah, up in Wisconsin I threw one. I threw an old school Daredevil. Alright guys, so I'm going to switch it up. So this is one of the biggest sizes of the 360 search bait. So we're going to fire that out there. Hopefully I don't get snagged. Let's see what it looks like in the water. Ooh, that's going to be hard to see. I mean, it looks like a chub, but the water's so stained here. Yeah, we may have, this may be interesting. But you know, those pike and walleye and bass, they see really well in some of this muck. Yeah, it looks good. So I'm just throwing the tube because I see a bunch of these crawfish in here. Kind of matches the hatch. Oh yeah. It's got crawfish written all over it. I had 2 thumps right there. I mean, bang, bang. Yeah, the bucktail just didn't, there's just nothing going on there. Ooh, boy, that just sunk. So I'm throwing this along the wall there. Nothing. All right, we'll get it out into the middle because there are some rocks and things out there. Beautiful. And sometimes in this with the tube, I'll just kind of rip it across the bottom to get some attention. Ooh, a fish just jumped out there. In the hopes that something will just crack the heck out of it. And then other times I just let it sit there and I've gotten hits on it. The recent bass video, oh my gosh guys, that thing this tube got cracked a couple times, but what happened was I just didn't get him. I didn't, a little too late on setting the hook. And once they go at it a couple times, that's it. They're too smart. I had that happen with a smallmouth one time with a tube. I threw in about 6 inches of water. He fired out from under a rock and hit it. And I set the hook and I just didn't get him. Well, I tried every dang lure I could think of back in there, even a night crawler. And I couldn't get him to hit. So some fish will, some fish won't. They, you know, they're finicky sometimes. So I've been throwing this for a little while now. One more good cast and I'm going to switch to some Mepps spinners. Man, of all the things I've thrown, this is the one I figured would have attracted the most attention. It looks just like the The crawfish keep swimming up in here to the shallows and up on the beach. I can't catch one, but it sure looks like them. You know, on that pike, his bottom lip was banged up like he'd been hitting crawfish in and around the rocks. That looks pretty cool, doesn't it? Well, it's tough fishing under there because there's so many snags. But I've fired this in there a few times and had some pretty good luck. In terms of getting it out, I mean. It looks far away on camera, but it really isn't. It's just right there. Smallmouth bass or something hanging out under there looking for a crawfish. Or a pike. Or even a nice walleye. Alright guys, so I'm going to throw this, it's a trophy series, size 5 Mepps. It's got some decent weight to it, got some great flutter. I may need to throw the Fire Tiger because it gets a little bit more color down there for him. Oh man, that looks good. That looks real good. There was a hit right there, guys. Dang. How did they not get snagged on that? Alright guys, we're hooked up. I gotta go easy here. And my phone's ringing. Just keep things nice and tight for him. Little bit of drag. Dang it! I lost him. Gosh, I was working him nice and good too. I was letting him, he was fighting too hard to try to bring him in yet. Dang it. Crying out loud. Jeez Louise. You win some, you lose some. I was worried about him getting stuck in all the dang riffraff and branches down there, and I was trying to guide him out, and as soon as I horsed him just a little too much, that's when he threw it. Dang. But this fire tiger color works really well in the Mepps line. I think when it's all said and done, guys, all I'm gonna use are Mepps spinners, Senkos, tubes, and like finesse or flipping jigs. I'm not big on crankbaits or jerkbaits. I mean, I've used them and caught fish on them, but I don't know, they just don't appeal to me very well. A lot of times I give those away. I know that fish is still out there. And this is the color. This is a size 5. Yeah, some of my buddies asked, well, don't you use rooster tail, blue fox? And I don't know, there's a couple other ones. To me, those are all knockoffs. I know that sounds harsh and wacky, but I just love the Mepps, the history of Mepps, how it was started. And I met Mr. Sheldon, who is the son of the guy who got it all started for him. If you get a chance, go up there and tour that place in Antigo, Wisconsin. Worth the trip. That was a bucket list trip for me, and I want to go back again. Guys, I lost that number 5 fire tiger, so I'm switching to one that's silver blade with white. It's just bad luck. There's snags in here. That's why a lot of people don't like coming here. Dang, I keep thinking about that fish I lost. Oh yeah, this looks good in the water. It's just what Northern are known for. Boy, they just throw hooks. Even fishing with live bait. Trying to get them in. But with trebles on it, how the heck? Crazy stuff. I've got just a Daredevil spoon that's a fire tiger color. I may throw that out there. But they're not too particular. I think they hit just about whatever. Throw this around for a little bit. Then I want to do some worm fishing. See what we can come up with. Nothing on that 5 dressed Aglia white, so I'm gonna throw the fire tiger spoon. Man, I hope I don't get this thing stuck, snagged. But if I do, I know where to get some more of these. A good old-fashioned spoon is nice and reliable. A lot of people forget about it. Oh, that looks phenomenal in the water. Well, you can cast that thing a country mile too. Reminds me of the Cyclops. I may need to throw the Cyclops. I used that quite a bit when I was up in Ely, Minnesota, and I just never had any luck with it. All right, boys, we're hooked up. Boy, she's fighting hard. Fighting real hard. It's on that Fire Tiger spoon. This is the one that got away from me. Has to be. Boy, she's ripping line. Nice pike. Let's see if I can get him up here. Whew. I gotta do the old bank flip. Easy, girl. "30 inches, guys, 30 inches. Oh, the head on this thing. I gotta get this hook out, get her back in the water. Boy, look at that. Snapped off one of the trebles. Oh, this has got to be a 10-pound fish, guys. No lie. 12 maybe. Just let her go easy. 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 There she goes. Holy cow. It's the biggest one I've caught here ever at this spot. On the Fire Tiger, I had lost one on the Mepps. I don't know, how can you ever say, oh, that was a fish? But it hit that Fire Tiger and it snapped one of my trebles. I'll have to repair that. Let's take a look at it. I had my fish gripper there and I didn't even use it. No net, that was hard to get him in. There it is, look at that. I don't know if you can see that or not. Crazy. All right, guys, that was awesome. All right, let's do a little bit of pan fishing, see what we can come up with. All right, guys, gonna do a little worm fishing. See what we can come up with here. Ooh, I'm gonna need a bigger bobber for this kind of water. That's what I used to do. Ooh, do I got a bite? That's what I used to do as a kid all the time. I gotta switch bobbers, guys. As a kid, I'd just worm fish all these places in Iowa and I just loved it. That's how I got my love for fishing, was all this worm fishing. I got one of these bobbers on here, one of these Comel or Till, it's Phil or whatever, it's one of these weighted bobbers. The thing is with these worms, I've caught smallmouth before. Ooh, there's a bite. I've caught largemouth, I've caught carp. Yep. Some just picked at it, but nothing serious. Had a lot of fun catching that northern, guys. I don't know if it was the same fish that I lost, but you know how it is. You get your hopes up and you think it is. I think it was North Dakota yak angler that caught the same dang pike within, what, like 30 minutes? Same marking, same everything. That's impressive. So I guess it is possible. There we go. Something popped it. No, nothing there. Can't catch them. I don't know what the deal is in there. Must be just little itty bitty bitty, because I see a bunch of minnows bait fish in here. But man, I just can't get a hit on any of that. I was thinking of throwing the beetle spin through here, but there's too much current. It wouldn't work out very well. All right, guys. I may try another spot a little bit later, but for now, we'll call it here. And if I see it the next spot, then I see it the next spot. All right, guys. I'll show you my hike out of here to where I parked my truck. You just gotta remember to lift my head up for the hat cam so you can see. But I gotta make sure I'm stepping on. Ooh. So, this is what it looks like above the dam. Yeah, some people fish here. There's a big 12-foot hole right across there, but back in here in these backwaters, it's pretty shallow. In the fall, the pike will come into the shallows and just gorge on crayfish. Early spring too, but now not so much. I fish these backwaters so many times over the years, and it's just nothing doing. And I know there's got to be fish getting through here and in here, but see, like this little pocket, super shallow. Over in there, it's shallow. It's weird. So this is like a back runoff area. But people have caught fish in here before. Usually it's campers or temporary people who just, you know, don't know much about this spot, but I've done a ton of fishing here and just never had any luck. Pitch lures in there, Senko mostly. Doesn't that look like a good place for walleyes to hang out? Big northern to lay in there, ambush something. But there's just never caught anything. So the hours I've spent trying to fish this. Anyway, all right, so here's the park, and I'm parked just right over here, but I may go to that other spot. I gotta try to catch some bait for some pike fishing. There's the view. I know I just caught a pike on using lures, but we also like to catch them on chubs and black suckers, so I may get go do that so we get some bait. All right guys, take a look at this. I want to show you this again. Hopefully you can see it. So we had one treble in, the other one was in, but it had snapped off in his mouth, so I had to pick it out of there. Now for my area, this is a big fish, you know, big-ish. I've caught a 36.5 inch northern. This one was 30 right on the nose, just a shy over 30 I guess, but I'm calling it 30. Now, you know, people of Wisconsin, Minnesota, and these other places, even parts of Iowa, catching these northern that are in the 40s and even bigger than that. But for our area, that's a pretty good fish right there, so I was happy to get it. Boy, he had a lot of girth on him, and he just hammered that. Fire Tiger is the key. I'm gonna have to, I got this at Walmart for like 99 cents back in the day, so hopefully I can find another one. This one I'm gonna retire, excuse me, and I'm gonna put it on my hang it behind my, in my office, or keep it at my desk at school. Like, I got a little area behind my desk where I hang things and put things, and I've got some fishing lures that I've retired, so I probably put that one there. That was pretty cool. Okay guys, hey, I'm at another spot trying to catch some chubs or shiners for pike fishing. I know I did a bunch of the pike fishing with lures, but it's always nice to get some live bait. So this was the creek, pardon the wind, or crick as they call it here, that I grew up fishing on. The water's up, which is great. Oh, guys, I had a catastrophe. This minnow bucket, I dropped it into the drink. I gotta move my stuff over here. Right here. What? Check out these eggs. What on earth? Killdeer eggs? Ooh. Yeah, they're rotten. Nasty. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them down here. They're all rotten and slimy. Huh. Dang, there's all kinds of them down there. Weird. The swallows will lay eggs up underneath. A killdeer maybe up top, but I don't see any around. Anyway, so the minnow bucket. Oh my gosh. I dropped it down in there because I stepped funny and tripped, and I went to grab the rail and I dumped the bucket, the minnow bucket down. So to get the minnow bucket out, I had to get a huge magnet I've got on a rope that I do fishing, magnet fishing with. And I don't do it all the time, but from time to time I'll do magnet fishing, and it's a lot of fun. And so I lowered it down, and I've got a stringer tied onto this, so the magnet hit this, and then I slowly pulled it up, and we're good to go. Oh my gosh, dude, this is so weird with these eggs everywhere. They're all rotten and busted up. The only thing I can think of is when we had that hellacious rain that they got stuck up here in the, because the water will come over this road sometimes. All right, guys, I've been doing some thinking. I think what I'm gonna do is repair that spoon, that Fire Tiger spoon that the Northern snapped that one hook off. The other one was just buried in there good enough where he wasn't going anywhere. Because all that thrashing around, he jumped and flipped. So, pardon me, I gotta wipe some sweat off here. It's a gorgeous day, a little breezy, but it feels good. All right, let's get this fired up. I don't know which side. Usually I fish the other side, but we're gonna try both. So I've got a little kit that I can do split rings with, pop them open, and then I can do, I got some extra trebles. So I'm gonna fix it. All right, here we go. God, when I was a kid, we used to fish here all the time. What's up with this? It's all kinked up. Well, there's strong current for this little crick. Our family farm is just right up there. You can see the big grain bins, the turkey buildings. So it's just right here. And then my dad and his older brother, he's got a younger brother and 3 sisters. Down at the end of the road there was a little schoolhouse they went to. And then when they got out of grade school, they made it into town. He was in high school in the 50s. Was a pretty big star. They won state championships in football, went undefeated one year. And a lot of people from that class went on to do great things. My dad went on to be one of the world's top historians and world authority on Latin American history. And the quarterback of that team went on to be a brilliant doctor. And they had another guy that went to play football at Ohio State. And another one went on to be a scientist at Los Alamos. Oh, we gotta get something here, guys. Nothing on this side. There's a little bit of current, but it doesn't feel as strong as it does on the other side. I guess it's more over there. But I don't want to get skunked fishing at my childhood pond here. The last time I was here, there was a muskrat swimming along the bank there. And then, time before that, there was a fawn and her deer across the creek. And when I was a kid, I used to think this was just so deep. Such deep water. Then my cousin, in high school and maybe even in his 20s, trapped this area. Well, this is crazy, guys. Nothing wants a night crawler. Kind of like at the other place I threw the night crawler and nothing was interested. Are you kidding me? Another one of these eggs? They're all rotten. That looks like a whole bunch of them. All right, we're gonna try down here in the weeds. Oh, look how shallow that is. But I do see a bunch of bait fish down there. Oh, I see a whole bunch of bait fish. Well, heck, then it should be no problem. There was a bite and I missed it. Dang it all, it was just so subtle. Crying out loud. All right, guys, here we go. We got our first one. Finally. Get this aerator going. Sorry, you guys are gonna have to hear that buzzing, but okay, so we got one. I knew they had to be around. I maybe set a little too shallow. Well, at least we didn't skunk here. Got another one? Got another one. Dang, it wasn't. Something was up down there. Anyway. So, at the time of that hit, I was on the phone and I didn't want to lose him or miss the phone call, so the camera got started late. All right, guys, here's number 2. And of course, guess what? I didn't have the camera rolling because I was tinkering with the phone again. All right, I need a new night crawler. The interesting thing about this little crick, guys, is that my dad has caught a northern pike in here, and when he was a kid on a frog. And then I think my sister, or I don't know, maybe it was me or my brother, we caught one on a cane pole. We got a northern, so they do come through here. All right, so we got 2 chubs. I need about a dozen of them. You know, got a couple pecks. Let's see what we got here. Oh, he came off. The rotten luck. All right, so they're working through here. They look like a good sized one too. I think we got a fatty here. Yep, we sure do. That worm got shredded. All right, guys. I just dangled that right there and I saw him come up and hit it. All right, so I had a couple of hits and then nothing, and then as I brought it up, I saw him swim up for it. So then I dropped it right back down, and sure enough, he hammered it. There we go. Little, these subtle pecks. Dang, he stole it. Ooh, this one feels maybe a bigger one. I think the key was getting the depth set right. Ah! And he fell off. Dang it all. Crying out loud. They wiggle and shake so much. They just throw it. You should be able to catch good sunfish in here too. Black suckers. Cousin caught a black sucker here a couple years ago that was just a behemoth. Thing almost weighed half a pound. Shiners were in here quite a bit too. Shiners shiners are always just so soft. Well, you catch them, take the hook out, they usually go belly up, or you put them in the bait bucket, they don't last very long. Ooh, something's hammering it. What do you think, guys? This may be the biggest one right here. Whoa, this is a big shiner. Check it out. Oop. This one may be the biggest shiner I have ever caught, but I think she's got eggs. So I'm gonna let her go. Oops. All right, that one looked like it was pregnant, so I let that one go. Actually, it let itself go. Yeah, that didn't look like your typical shiner. That one definitely had something going, spawning stuff going on there. I don't know. Better to be safe than sorry, I guess. I know the chubs spawned out ages ago, early May, but it's good to put a shiner back in there, you know. Get their numbers up. Can you imagine if I caught a northern down here on a night crawler? Gosh, guys, I'd have a freaking fit. I think they got it. Nope. Something's got it, I think. Nope. So is growing up, coming up from Texas, we'd only a couple times in the fall or winter, but those times we'd come out and hunt pheasant, which was pretty cool. Once in a while you'll hear a pheasant out here, or see one cross the road or up here. Something's going on down there. It's just peck, 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 peck. What do you guys think? Try the other side? Just to change it up a bit. See, the thing is, you got more width here than the other side, and I think that choke point, the confluence, they all hang out in that one spot. I don't know, maybe I got something going on there. Ooh, I do. This one is acting like a bullhead. Those usually start biting like crazy in July. Nah, it's a nice chub. Well, that's a good one. Oop, come here. Oh, Mr. Rock. Oh. Up there on the left side of the road, I can hear a pheasant squawking up a storm. And that's pretty cool because, you know, like I was saying before, we used to hear them or hunt for them. My uncle would leave a stand of corn so the pheasants had a place to hang out, you know, for the winter because it gets brutally cold up here. But on the left side of the road there, it's my dad's cousins own that, and they've got it put into CRP, but it's for wildflowers, native grasses for butterflies and for bees. And so the pheasants love to get in there. All right, so we're fishing this side. We've got one so far. Let's see if we can keep it going. All right, guys, not much action on this side. So I may go back to the other one. I still need to get a few more. I'm looking to see if I can see that rooster cross the road, and nope. Coming back from, took my nephews and my sister out to a fishing hole. Coming back as we saw a hen, wild turkey, and her poults running along the ditch, and boy, she led them right into the high grass, and we were coming down the gravel road. It was cool to see that. I'm running out of battery power, so I just had to pull the cap off and take a peek at it. It was just squeaking at me. I do have a backup battery, but about ready to go anyway. I just need to catch a couple more. But thanks for hanging out with me. That was kind of an interesting morning with that northern pike, and then all that chaos. The one that got away, my cousin is convinced that I still got him because I was using the same color lure. Anyway, all right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Hey, until next time, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.